Your story holds the answer that you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for.
All of my life I've seen visions, coming attractions. Knew I could do more, sought further, different perception. But a faulty belief system was my distraction, surrounded by things that did not support my vision. I can see beyond what I'm looking at. Have the courage to focus till it manifests. Done with things that hold me back. 'Cause I'm an attractive thinker. I can see beyond what I'm looking at. Have the courage to focus till it manifests. Done with things that hold me back. 'Cause I'm an attractive thinker.
So many times we find ourselves disconnected from our experiences and viewing them as just experiences versus something that can hold solutions to life going forward. Our experiences affect us in many ways. They can create lasting memories, enjoyable moments, life lessons, answers to questions, growth, transformation, inspiration, and endless wisdom and insight. There is a lot to capture from our experiences, yet it becomes easy and normal to continue to seek answers outside of them. What good is it, attractive thinker, to go through an experience and come out still seeking the same answers as before you had the experience? Your story holds the answer that you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for. The answers that you seek are hidden inside of something that you've already experienced. Dr. Toni Hatton here, CEO of The Attractive Thinker and founder of the Story to Empire Signature System, where we show successful yet unfulfilled business owners who desire more, and new, aspiring, and first-generation entrepreneurs who desire to break the cycle of unproductive legacies, how to use what's already in their hand, their own story. Too often when searching for something, the assumption is that it can be found in something outside of you. Have you ever searched for your eyeglasses just to find them sitting on top of your head, or rummaged through your belongings looking for your phone just to discover that you were on the phone? What if what you've been looking for you already have, which explains the reason that you were desiring it in the first place? When you get a desire, attractive thinker, or experience a longing, the first place to search is within. Why? Because the longing and the desire are coming from within. Think about this for a moment. If you heard someone in your house screaming, would you run outside to see where that sound was coming from? No, you'd begin searching throughout your own house for the answer. So if your desire is coming from your heart and the unfulfilled longing is felt within your soul, why look everywhere else before searching within? What could that longing be? What could that unfulfillment be? Could it be the voice of your own story? The story that drove your success but was never expressed, never told? Too often, we step out of our experiences and step over our stories, not seeing the value there, and reach outside of ourselves for what we think will fill the void, the unfulfillment, the underlying longing of the soul, that thing that no one can feel but you. Your story does more than present an experience, attractive thinker. It produces clarity, tools for decision-making, direction, purpose, and fulfillment when viewed as more than just an experience. a moment in time, something to get through or get over, or just one of those things? Could that longing be the result of the parts and pieces of your story that was never extracted, never perceived, never valued? When parts of you are celebrated and other areas are still longing for expression or can't find a place to call home, it can result in a successful yet unfulfilled experience. If you've ever said to yourself, "Why do I feel a void when I've reached my goals? I've accomplished what I've dreamed of," or "I have everything," then attractive thinker, you were drawn to this message at the right time. Could the answers that you seek be found in providing answers for someone else? By sharing what drove your success, your own story. When you share your story, you heal, you inspire, you capture gems that were overlooked. You gain insight and clarity that were left in your story. Think of the many times that you received the answers that you were looking for just by overhearing someone else's story. An experience isn't just a one-off experience. It's full of unimaginable depth, wealth, perspectives, wisdom, solutions, insights, and so much more. When you hear yourself share it with someone else, you walk away saying to yourself, "Wow, I never thought about my story like that until today." And to that I say, there is so much more where that came from. Attractive thinker, I discovered in life that our story, when viewed as much more than an experience, can lead to a roadmap for our success and the answers that we desire. When I experienced my defining moment, I recall having to reduce my life to the moment. The only mental energy that I had was to take care of what was happening in the moment, not tomorrow, not next week, or what happened yesterday, just the moment. In order to survive, I had to stay in the moment. I took that lesson with me and applied it so many times in my life and in my business. Staying in the moment, attractive thinker, allowed me to channel all of my energy in the areas that needed it the most. Staying in the moment is a powerful skill that produces amazing results. When you stay in the moment, there's no fear or distractions. When we fear, it's always something from the past, reoccurring, or something in the present that we are anticipating. It's never in the moment. So staying in the moment is a safe place. It's a powerful, productive, efficient place to harness and channel all of our focus and energy in one direction. That is, in life and in business. Most people don't see the value in their story, attractive thinker. Less than 1% of the entire population actually ever write their story, and few know how to transform it. My signature system, Story to Empire, solves all three of these issues, and if you've already accessed your free gift, Turn Your Problems into Your Solutions, you will be the first to be notified when enrollment is open again, which takes place a few times a year. There is value in your story, attractive thinker. What you see as ordinary is extraordinary to someone who's searching, wringing their hands, and needs to hear your story. I trust that this message is shifting your perspective of your experiences, because how you maneuvered your way through them is a guide on someone else's journey. Your story, attractive thinker, can save your readers time, money, mental anguish, nights of pacing the floor, and unnecessary heartache. Some people who throw their hands up are not just at the end of their rope, they are at the end of their hope. And your story can shift them from feeling hopeless to hopeful, one story at a time. The answers that you desire are hidden inside of your own story. And what unlocks these answers is when you begin to share them in the form of a book. The key to fulfillment is expression. Let the story speak, attractive thinker. Let it come forth out of hiding. Take the muzzle off of your story. Give your story a voice. Don't forget your story, or the world will too. Life didn't come with a manual, so the journey that created your story is the answer that we pay forward, and in turn, our story yields revelations that can only fulfill from within. Your answers aren't in the story up ahead, but can be found within the story that you walked out of. If this message gave you a new perspective of your story, screenshot this episode and share it on your social media pages to inspire others to give their story a voice. Remember to get your free gift at theattractivethinker.guru so that you are equipped to turn your problems into your solutions. A simple shift in perspective is what causes you to step into a whole new world. It supports you in reaching your goals quicker and in seeing beyond what you are looking at. If you don't already have your copy, get your copy today of the Attractive Thinker book on Amazon, because this resource, this guide, is like having a coach in your pocket. I wrote this book for the Attractive Thinker generation because the greatest blocks to a dream, a great idea, and a deep, heartfelt desire is the mindset. When the obstacles are removed in the mind, there are no obstacles outside of the mind that can block the birthing of a dream. The Attractive Thinker book will support you in staying focused on writing your books and creating your business ideas in the midst of life, in the midst of distractions and faulty beliefs and limiting thoughts that keep popping up in the background. Create an attractive thinking environment to support you with our creative, thought-provoking line of apparel in the Attractive Thinker store. As I always say, my life's work, that's to make your life better. Remember, it's not what you're going through, it's how you're viewing it. Because if you have a story, you have an empire. Think attractively.
Now the choices I made, authenticity, integrity, purpose, and legacy. What difference?